Welcome on in for some more luxury cardboard. Today, Blooming Waters Premium Collection, and we've got a list of stuff to go through. Welcome on in for an official Ramble and Open. Alright, we've got so much to go over, so we'll get to opening, and I want to shout out a couple channels that I think are fantastic that you should go watch. I think the main one that I would have to recommend is Opossum Bud, because he's just funny and puts out content almost every day. It's Pokemon related content, so always like checking out scalpers or just dinguses in the Pokemon community. Yeah, so definitely go check out Opossum Bud. Then you have Kira. She's like newer. I just found her a couple months ago, but she's pretty funny as well. And then another person I would definitely recommend you go check out, and this is a very controversial one, and I'll explain later in the video why I would recommend going and watching them, would be Alpha Investments and Rudy. Yes, I know there's quite a bit of controversy. Some people hate Rudy, some people love Rudy. But I would just recommend watching him and take everything he says, obviously with a grain of salt. Then there's a couple that I just like, I don't want to be that guy. But there's a couple guys that we know who they are. We don't really have to, I don't think I really even have to tell you who they are. But they're constantly pushing product. If anyone is trying to sell you something or trying to tell you anything's a good investment, anything specifically, or just like constantly using that as their content crutch, which is what I call it, a content crutch, when you're trying to get people to invest in stuff. So anybody who's trying to use investment as a content crutch, and like, again, I probably put it in the title of this video, so I'm just as bad as them, but this is because I'm trying to protect my fellow collectors. And if you are an investor, I think we all consider ourselves somewhat of an investor when you're spending, hundreds of dollars on shiny luxury cardboard. Oh yeah, that reminds me, another person we should probably shout out is the Magic Historian, who's a Magic the Gathering YouTuber. It's where I actually got the inspiration for the name of the channel many years back. And then Tolarian Academy. So if you are interested in another TCG, those are two great YouTubers to go check out. And something I've noticed over the years as a Magic the Gathering player is TCG players, like, kind of the consensus, or has been the consensus. Look at this pack, it's horrible. The consensus has been TCG player is a pretty, great place to figure out what market price on a card is, purchase, and actually used to be able to buy list cards on TCG Player for Magic, which was fantastic. Look at the crimp. Goofy. Explains why the pack was really easy to open. That's so odd. Crimp card, first card. TCG Player was always, like, again, the go-to. And there's some stuff that, like, I don't think people realize that you can look at on TCG Player. And that is the sold amount of cards for any specific card, which gives you a really good idea of like what that market price is really based on. Not to say low volume cards, like, or low volume sealed or whatever, is not accurate at quote unquote low volume. But it definitely should be taken with a grain of salt. And I feel as though, and I don't feel as though, I know that there is aspects of manipulation that occur using these functions that TCG Player doesn't really have direct control over, I would say, because there is, an open listing environment on TCG Player. But they definitely are aware of this problem. It's pretty obvious to, I think, anybody who's been watching. But furthermore, this allows people to go and buy out, as we're seeing now, like single cards, and buy 6 or 7. If it defaults on your TCG Player, it's going to likely either be direct from TCG or one of the verified sellers on TCG Player. like a LGS verified account. So you're, again, not only is that market price going to be based off of, or rather the listing price is actually determined not by the seller really. It's actually determined by TCGplayer. Fun fact. Probably didn't know that. But when if it's direct or has a specific verification, you can go on TCGplayer. It's not the direct, it's the like local game store designation. TCGplayer is setting that price. LGS is not. Fun fact, by the way. So, yeah. We could get way deeper into that one, but we're just not going to in this video. You guys can, that is enough information for you to kind of, if you're one of those LGSs and you know what I'm talking about, we're not going to go any further. This will be the last video I make. Long and short, you need to be careful. Market price needs to be determined off a host of factors. You can't be using one or two factors to determine what the market price is on any given card, whether it's Pokemon, Magic, sports. You need to be using a host of different places that are giving you data. Now, again, there's one of one cards, and there's you know, you got a Crystal Lugia. How many of those sell a day, right? A lot of those are private sales or at a show, whatever. You have to try to do your due diligence. Going on TCGplayer, especially for vintage cards, it's just, you're susceptible to being manipulated by the factors of the market, which you can't really control. They're uncontrollable. In this environment, at least, where you have so many buyers, and then you have people taking advantage of the heavy influx of buyers. And this is where it kind of leads me into my next little point here, which is like, with so many people influxing into this. And to go back to my point that started this video is, people are capitalizing on the investment side of this. So as a collector or as a small-time investor, which most people who claim to be investors are, sure, you're an investor of sorts, but it's a different type of investment than the people and the collector bros and the investor bros that you're watching. These people have extreme amounts of liquid capital, whether that's through lines of credit or they have a business that produces mass amounts of cash flow, whether that's actually running an LGS. Man, like, I think there's a double swirl. You got one there, one there. Is this a triple swirl? Did I see another one somewhere? It's a double swirl for sure. Sick card. You have people with cash flow, capital, ability to shake and move, right? So when they talk about, oh, I'm going to buy this box and it's an investment, they're not telling you the time scale. They're not telling you their long-term strategy. They're not telling you their short-term strategy, right? So I can sit here all day and tell you, oh, yep, I sold all my 151. Yep, I'm keeping all my 151 sealed, right? But at the end of the day, you don't know what I'm doing with my 151. And these people have a large financial incentive to tell you what they are not doing, right? Because furthermore, I would contend that most of the investor bros are probably trying to manipulate you in some way. That being said, I do think there are some people who genuinely, and YouTubers, investor bros, who genuinely see this as an avenue and a lane for people to invest. And I actually agree with them for the most part. I am not anti-investor bro. I am anti-education on these subjects. And when you're going to tell somebody that they need to go and invest maybe what could be an experience for them that's worth far more than the $300-400 they can make in a 5-year time scale, I think it's irresponsible, and I don't think it's the right thing to do. Sometimes words speak louder than actions. Okay, never mind. All right. My whole point is, you need to define the opportunity cost of being involved in Pokemon, whether it's sealed, singles, ripping, to your audiences of hundreds of thousands of people, your patrons, your people that you're pretty much fueling their path into this investment, you need to educate them. So like if you're going to sit here and claim that this is an investment, it is also your responsibility. And frankly, if this was an actual investment, it would be your requirement of due diligence to make sure that your viewers and the people buying from you understand how to invest in this stuff. And I don't claim to be an investor or an advisor or any of that stuff in this Pokemon stuff. I really don't. But what I can tell you is I like to pay the least amount of money for things. And then I like to watch them go up in price and have the option to sell them if I would like to. Okay? So let's come back a step. Opportunity cost. This Blooming Waters cost me $70. We have to factor in the time it took me to get it, so on and so forth. If I wanted to sell it on the open market, I could probably get $120, probably $150-ish if I waited for the right deal, and probably more in trade value, okay? The liquidity of this Blooming Waters, I would say it's okay. It's not great necessarily. Like, you have to find somebody who has $150 and either wants to take this large cumbersome box and store it for a while, or they want to rip it and they want to gamble away open market price $150, a little bit more than $10 a pack, right? So the opportunity cost, let's just call it $100 to be fair. I could have either taken that $100 and I could have turned it into, let's just, again, being fair, $120 and a quick turnaround to say, hey, we want this to be a rather quick and flawless transaction. So my opportunity cost of spending $100 returned me $20. But what did I lose out on at $100? What could I have bought alternatively for $120, right? I could have bought a couple packs of Evolving Skies. I could have bought a couple ETBs. I could have bought... So the opportunity cost isn't the cost of actually me getting this, but it's what I gave up that time, or the ability to purchase something else that then would appreciate, or I would store, or I would open, or whatever the case may be. It really doesn't come down to monetary value, but it's this or that. And that is the opportunity cost, what I've given up. Right? So while buying $100 box might be a great investment, or crap, you can't even buy a $100 box of Pokemon now, I guess. You buy a $300 box of Pokemon and it might appreciate 100% in 3 or 4 years. But here's the caveat to this, is in those 3 or 4 years, what other things could you have been doing with that money? So like as a younger person, like, I'm not saying that Pokemon isn't incredible and a super fun hobby to have. But if you're spending excessive amounts of money on your investment and you're not enjoying being young or having the ability to, use your free time to even maybe do better things than this, right? I'm not saying there are, but it's an evaluation that you should make about where you are in the hobby. This hobby, TCGs, video games, whatever it is, but make an assessment there of what are you giving up monetarily, time-wise, and is it worth it? Is there a discernible reason why you would do this over something else, right? Now, again, I'm not an advisor and I'm not going to advise you on how to do this because it's for you to have fun, frankly. And that's why I do it. I have fun. I know this isn't necessarily a super long-term strategy for me to become wealthy, opening packs of even putting it away sealed. Like I do think this will be I think that Blooming Waters will be $1,000 box probably before my kids can drive, and I don't have kids. So in 16 years, I think I could see this box being $1,000 box. Maybe more because of the large size and the cumbersome nature of it. To keep one nice for years and years and years will be a challenge. So we're halfway through. I have gone way less hard than I thought I was going to go, which is good. Sometimes I just 3 days without drinking, sober as a bird. I was thinking I was going to start going in. So I'm glad I have some self-control still. That's fantastic. But the next topic I want to go over is actually the Mega Evolution set. And hot take for you guys, no one's going to like it. I find it hilarious that we're all now really excited about the gold Lucario after you all hated on gold cards for... Stop. You don't care about that card. Stop pretending like you care about it. You do not. Everybody's going to be worried about that Charizard and Phantasmal Flames. I'm here to say it. Phantasmal Flames is going to be the set, and Mega is going to not be anything that anyone is happy about. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Not only because I think the hype of the set following it is just blowing it out of the water, but I think it's because of how early we know what's in the next set. And I think that's might be strategic on Pokemon's part. Like, hey, we know we can't keep up with Print-A-Man, so like let's tamper down Mega and we'll print a bunch of Flames. Like, it's really the only thing I can feasibly think of. Because why would Pokemon International? They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Again, this is just my opinion. So like, we're halfway through Blooming Waters and I haven't hit. So my luck on these predictions we'll see. We got 6 more packs. But again, you can go back and look at base set from Modern Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet, cool. Gardevoir, get it. Awesome card. Got the Drowsy that people pumped. Cool. Awesome card. I get it. I'm not talking smack. Go back to Sword and Shield base. Like, I mean, just go look at the price list of those cards. Like, and price doesn't matter, but I want to pay as little as possible for stuff. I don't want to pay more than I have to. So, like, when I look at it and I go, is that a double swirl again? Oh yeah. Whoa, like quadruple swirl. That's wild. When I go back and I look at those sets, I'm like, I know what Pokemon Company's going to do for a base set. We're about to have so much stuff rotate, and it's a 90 card set. I have a really, really, really strange feeling it's going to tank. Not tank, but just not be what everyone, like, it's going to be like Journey Together. And I don't think that's going to be because they printed into Oblivion. I just think the hype for the set is just going to die very quickly. You have the Gold Lucario, you have the Lucario Full Art, or SIR, you have the Venusaur SIR, you have a handful of really cool cards, like, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see the set maintaining the type of, like, look at Journey Together. There's a bunch of sweet cards. Now, again, you're talking about, I guess, later gen chases in JT, and other than the Clefairy, like Zoroark, Zacian. Yeah, I mean, again, opinion. You can go fact check me on the prices of Scarlet and Violet base set, like actual singles, and then again, the sealed product is a whole other thing because I think that's just a distribution, a purposeful distribution bottleneck. That's just an opinion. Again, don't know that to be a fact, but I think I think it's pretty obvious. This is gonna bring us right into our next thing because everyone is so like head over heels about Mega base, and then the following set, Phantasmal Flames, and I just want to say a couple things about it, which is one, FUD means fear, uncertainty, and despair. And that's what happens in 2 different scenarios. One, when you can't get product, and 2, when the product's worth nothing that you already have. So, or rather, you want product that's going up in price, or you have product that is just not saleable. So I guess FOMO could be technically in that same category, right? Your fear of missing out, so you pay more money. Long and short, this is a cycle, and this happens over and over and over again. To kind of come full circle again, do your research. If you see a card that's going up exponentially, and it doesn't really make sense, I've seen some cards recently where I've been like, that Celebrations Mew that went from like $1 to like $9 in 3 weeks. Like, that is the textbook definition of 3 things. Manipulation, which I think we all... Speculation, which you have the manipulators, then you have people who are like, oh wow, look, it's going up in price. And then they speculate, and then you have the FOMOers after that. And then you're all left fearing, uncertain, and in despair. So all I'm saying is do your due diligence. And if you want to pick up a couple copies of a card because you think it's going up in price and you like the art, you like the card, do it, of course. But my gosh, can we stop? Can we just chill? Let's not ruin it for everybody else. Like, you don't need 40 copies of a card to send it. Buy it in a 10. Buy it in a 10. And be done. Now I'll get some complaints. It's cheaper to buy it in box. Okay, so here's my other logical. You think 9s are undervalued? Do we think 9s are undervalued? Comment in the comment section. Do we think 9s of any grading company are undervalued compared to their 10 counterparts, as well as, I mean, I guess, like, raw card, it just doesn't make sense to me. Somebody explain to me. I get it. We got 10 collectors in the house, right? But gosh darn. We have had, this might, did we get EX hit? Whoa, craziness. This is bad. This is not like, whoa, bad, but pretty dang bad. Thought we had a pack of Destined Rivals around here. I don't know what I might have done with it, but yeah, we'll find it before the opening is over. All right, we got 3 more packs. I want to announce some giveaway winners. We've got some on YouTube, and we've got some on the good old Xaruni. This may be cross-posted. Not even sure yet, but we'll start with the YouTube, because that is the original OG platform. We're almost at 900 subscribers. Let's go. Appreciate y'all for sticking around and watching. Can't wait to share with you guys the next few months, because we're going to just keep doing awesome stuff. I do like these longer form videos where the focus is the opening, but also going over stuff and not just opening. Eventually, we're either going to get an editor and have them assist us with some more high quality videos. Unfortunately, I work several jobs and I have many obligations, so my time is extremely limited. The opportunity cost, ladies and gentlemen. I have to be smart, as I would encourage all of you to be when you are spending your time, money, and effort with shiny cardboard squares. Let's go with the first giveaway winner. Melted Sun 8 on YouTube. Appreciate you, my friend. Go ahead and send me a message on X, and we will get you some sweet giveaways sent away. Probably some golf balls, 3D printed stuff, as well as some singles. And additionally, we have our friend Golden God 87 on YouTube. If you want to send me a message on... Do love this Alakazam. Very cool card, actually. Very underrated card, I would say. A very beautiful card. Pretty centered. Left heavy. We'll take it, though. Again, Golden God 87. If you just want to send me a message there on X, we will get you some of the similar stuff that we're going to send out our friend Melted Sun. And then finally on YouTube... a long-time subscriber, which is how we picked this giveaway winner. These giveaway winners, I should say. All you had to be was a subscriber. Is our friend Evolved Trades. If you have not watched Evolved Trades content, I would highly recommend you go over and watch some of his stuff. He has been nothing but nice to me my entire time on YouTube. He's a little bit newer than me, I believe, but you would never know. Great editor. Fantastic pack openings, as well as just like some fun, enjoyable, wholesome content. So go check out Evolved Trades and Evolved. Get on X and send me over a message so I can send you some stuff, my friend. Get you some stuff for the background and a couple packs to rip, or we'll send you some singles to give away on your stream or on your channel, man. Now, come on, guys. We went... I feel like that was just such a, like, a... me getting cooked. Come on, guys. It's the luxury cardboard channel. What do you think? Do you think I'm just going to come on here and get good hits? It's not what the channel was meant for. We got to come on and get cooked and warn you not to get cooked. All right, y'all. Again, getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to end the video. We got three more X surprise giveaway winners to announce. And first one is going to be a Prince to God. You've interacted quite a bit. I know you are a follower on X. So we're going to go ahead and get you sent over some stuff. Will you just go ahead and send me a DM of where we are going to send some stuff? And then Mikey Fong, my friend, you've interacted so much. You are a follower on X. So we are going to go ahead and send you over some stuff as well. Go ahead and send me a DM. I think I already follow you, so you should be all set there to send me a quick message. And then our friend GoBirds193 on X. He is a follower of the X there, as well as has interacted with us quite a bit, which we do appreciate a lot. So, Birds, if you want to send us over a message, we'll either send you some TCG accessories, some singles, golf balls, whatever you want, my friend. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the content in general, please subscribe to the channel. We are getting super close to 900. Will be one heck of a day when we make it to that big 4-digit goal. So some of you might know what we're giving away. Some of the others might not. So stick around to find out, or go watch some of the old content. Again, I appreciate you for tuning in for some luxury cardboard. And I will talk to you again real soon. Peace. That's a beautiful Alakazam. But that's a rough opening.